Hello and welcome to this review of Johnnie Walker Blue Label blended Scotch whiskey. From what I understand, it was introduced in 1992 by Walker, Johnnie Walker and Sons. It comes in this paper protector, I guess. Now there's a sort of a tackified cardboard box with this magnet held cover. It says, by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, Scotch Whiskey Distillers, John Walker and Sons Limited. Okay. Now people are saying this is so great, and I've heard about how good it was from people I know, and said they tried it. I got to try a little bit of it at least. They didn't ever buy it. So nice, fancy container. All right. Well, let's hope it's good. Let's hope it's good because it was $229 plus tax. Now I know it's cheaper in California. It's like $175 at some liquor stores there, but here it was $220. The cheapest I found it was $229.99 plus tax. Okay. Some stores said, but for $2.99 I would never pay that much. It says, handpicked just one in 10,000 casks of the rarest whiskies from the four corners of Scotland to craft an unrivaled masterpiece. Well, I mean, you can look on JohnnieWalker.com and they have videos about this and talk about how fabulous it is and all that. Okay, so very, very expensive. The company established 1820, not really, but their grocery store was started then, and then eventually they got into procuring Scotch whiskey and then making their own Scotch whiskey. Bottle number FF723383. Our blend cannot be beat. Guaranteed the same quality throughout the world. So each bottle is numbered. Squared bottle. So it's got this seal. Established 1820. So been waiting to try it for months. Let's check it out. Right. Oh, I see how it works. Just tears the covering. All right. Plastic cap, really? Oh, plastic cap holding a cork. Okay. Put that down. All right. Thank you, John and Illy, for this Glencairn glass. He gave me a 4-set. 3 are broken already. And got this one left. I guess I'll have to buy some more. All right. No age statement, by the way. Deep. Deep. Amber. Is it colored? Do they add coloring? I don't know. I know some Scotch whiskies do. Most Scotch whiskies do, I suppose. Many. Is it most? Is it many? The legs were slow to develop, but they're coming down in an oily manner. Nice clear day. Good for shooting video. Okay, so smoky, waxy. So think of smoky wax. And of course grains, distilled grain. Corn or maize, as they say in Europe. Malt, different barley malts. might hear those kids making a racket down the street. Be crying one minute and then playing the next. Then back and forth with that. So it's a nice aroma. It's rich. There's some fruit, like citrus peel type thing. And maybe marmalade, like orange marmalade. So it's balanced. I mean, it's not overly smoky. It's not overly fruity. It's not overly grainy. Okay. So I think after tax this was like $2.42 or whatever. I could look it up. Doesn't matter. Here's ours. Let's go with the taste, shall we? Got the smoke throughout. A lot of sweetness, pleasant sweetness. So it's sweet grain, sort of like when you get sweet corn, like sweet corn on the cob with no salt, of course. Peatiness from, you know, the smoke from the peat fires. You know how that works. Fruit, mild fruit, like say baked apple, I guess. Not the peels. Maybe some of the red apple peels in that. More of that beeswax note. The body's, I think, heavier than I'm used to. Little heavy body, a little bite to it. It's not as smooth as you may think. It's a little bite, not a harsh thing. It's just a little at the end of the sip, a little bite, little nip, little nip. Finish is short to moderate, like close to moderate. So it doesn't linger around. What else to say? Trying to breathe in some of the residue. Could add a little water to open it up. I'm going to use a control and just have it neat like all the rest. Yeah, the body's nearly full. It's high, medium, arguably full body. Slight white pepper note in it, slight. So just a kiss of that. Yeah, it's really well balanced. I mean, I'm thinking of the cheapest blended Scotch whiskey I've tried so far, which would be what, the Highland Mist. That one is so heavily grain, column still grain whiskey. And it just screams grain whiskey. I mean, you can pick up some single malt in it, but it's ragged. But then, of course, that was $6.49 a bottle, $6.49. For that price, it's not a bad value. This one, question of the hour, is it worth the $229.99? I guess if you enjoy it, it's worth it, right? So if you drink it and you think it's great, then it's worth it. I mean, I like that smokiness, that elaborate peat smoke. I mean, I figured I'd start with the low, the Johnnie Walker Red, 3-year aged red label. Then I'll go to the high. And I know there's other variants of this. There's other variants of the Blue Label. Special editions of the special edition, right? And you can look those up, and they list them on their website, list some of them at least. And then I was just going to go up the ladder, the black, the double black, the green, the platinum, and all of those, the gold, and then meet somewhere. You know. And that's the plan. So I mean, I wouldn't pay $229.99 for it. I mean, I did, but you know what I'm saying? Going from the experience now, I don't see it, but that's how it works. I mean, if you don't buy it, then you don't try it. And I'm not the kind of person that's just going to say, well, let me try some of yours, and then I'm not going to buy it. I want to have my own bottle. I can think on it, drink on it, and revisit it, and do taste challenges with it, and work it out like that. It's a pretty bottle. I mean, one of the best looking bottles. You got to admit that. That blue glass with the gold in it gives it a green thing, little green when you turn it. A fantastic bottle, fantastic cap with the string and the case, and aesthetically, it's $200 bottle. But I mean, I'm just gonna say no. I wouldn't. If you're asking me, should you do it? I mean, if you can afford it, go ahead and do it. Why not? I mean, buy it, right? But I don't know what $229.99 whiskey is supposed to taste like. This is pretty much how I thought it was going to be, like really good, but not 100. You know what I'm saying? Not world class, which would be above 100. I'm going to score it. Yeah, it's like a 96 out of 100. Like most excellent. It's a most excellent whiskey. But I'm pretty sure you could get other blended Scotch whiskeys that would score 94, 95 to 97, you know, that 94 to 97, 93 to 97 range. It wouldn't cost so much. But anyway, I'm going to call it, as I always tell people, I say call it as you see it. This is what it is. So it's an A, most excellent. That's all. I'm not out. To me, outstanding would be 98, 99, 100. World class would be above 100, better than it should be. And I'm not saying that, but it's very pleasant. So, hey, laissez-les bon temps rouler, a most excellent, extremely expensive product. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.